look at this amazing vineyard behind me. Today, we are at Quinta da Avessada. So we are in a different wine region today to try a new kind of wine and have an amazing Portuguese lunch. This estate is massive. It's over 1,000 hectares and has been in the same family for over 160 years. In the Douro River Valley, the main wine is a port wine. Here in this area, we are in a much higher elevation. This is muscatel. It is a sweet wine, very similar to port, but it's only made in this region. This is an aperitif, so you do drink it before a meal, and we are about to have an authentic Portuguese lunch. So here we go. Ooh, that is very sweet and very strong. It's about 19% alcohol. It's made the same as port, where they start fermenting the grapes, add a strong alcohol to stop the fermentation, and so it is considered a fortified wine.
These vineyards I just can't get enough of. This is the second one we've been to, and we just had the most amazing dinner. The wine that we were drinking was produced right here on those vines, literally right there. We had hors d'oeuvres of tapas. We had cheese with different marmalade sauces. We had cakes and drunken pears and baked apples, and we had veal stew over the top of mashed potatoes. Every single bite of food we had was absolutely amazing. The wine was unbelievable, and the grappa.
Yeah, we end it with the grappa.
The grappa is like the Portuguese moonshine, y'all. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I got a double. Me and Roger took a double shot of that, and it's like pure gasoline. Whatever you just ate, it will evaporate. It is powerful. It gets your motor running good. It was awesome. Anyway, great experience. Couldn't be more pleased. It just really doesn't get any better than this.
That entire meal was absolutely amazing, but the highlight was the table full of desserts. Oh my gosh. I'm a sweets girl. The food was fabulous, but there were so many different desserts. I didn't even have room to try them all. The drunken pear is a specialty of Portugal. It's a pear marinated in red wine. And so you've got the sweetness from the pear plus the wine flavor is absolutely divine. And then the baked apple was amazing. The white cake was amazing. And then I ran out of room. Oh, I'm so happy with that meal. It was delicious. Now we're gonna go for a walk and we're gonna go see the wine cellars. As you walk out, you're surrounded by the vineyards. This is just the most amazing view. Oh, and look, do you see this? They're olives. These are olive trees. So this is an olive tree right here, and those are olive trees. So olive trees and the vines grow in the same climate, so you will always see them grown together. Look how stunning. And now we get to go visit the cellars. Oh, look how cool. Look at the giant barrel right there. So in this cellar right here is where they make the muscatel. And the different barrels on the far wall, you can see they get bigger and bigger, and the wine gets older and older. So they've got like a 50-year-old barrel, a 70-year-old barrel. But this one, these 3 barrels here, the top barrel has wine dating back 120 years. So they have to add to it every year, or every 5 years they add more wine to it from the older casks. But there is original grapes, original wine, original muscatel from 120 years old. Now they only open this barrel once a year on Easter Sunday, and only the family and the local priest gets to drink the muscatel. Oh, I'm loving this right now. I am in my cabin getting ready for dinner, and I've just got the door open. The river is right here. We are overnighting in Hegua. Oh God, My pronunciation is horrible, I apologize. We are overnighting here, and we are having a special cocktail hour with local Portuguese snacks, then dinner, and then they are bringing on artists to entertain us in the lounge tonight. So I love that. I love that when you can stay in a port overnight, you can have that, and that's going to be a very exciting night. So this has been our evening. We got back on board from that amazing lunch today, but we didn't get back. I would call it lunch. We didn't get back till almost 5 o'clock. So we've just been relaxing up on the top deck or in the lounge, and just came to get refreshed for dinner. I'm wearing my same dress to dinner. It'll be fine. My dress is cute. And yeah, we're just gonna have a nice relaxing night, get a good night's sleep, and tomorrow will be the last day of the cruise, and we're gonna sail all the way back to Porto and Gaia, have some excursions there, and have an overnight in that port. So, all right, let's go to dinner. So we've been sitting up top on the sun deck watching the sunset. It's just glorious up there. We had such an amazing dinner. Oh my gosh, I had the fish tonight, and this has been my favorite meal of the week on the ship. Oh my gosh, that fish was just like butter delicious. Everything was yummy. Jason's food was really good too. And we've just had a nice peaceful evening, sitting in the lounge, talking to some friends. You make friends on river cruises, by the way. There's only 114 people max on this ship, and we don't even have that. You get on the ship as strangers, but you leave as friends. Like, we've met so many people on this ship. It's been fantastic. So we're just sitting, having a glass of wine with our new friends, and then went up top to see the beautiful sunset. And now it is almost 9:15, and I have to get to the lounge because it's time for the musicians.
Pelas grumas desta alfama, o bairro alto amado, para não chorar de canto. Ser fadista de raça. Fui rever o passado, às ruas da moraria. Nasceu fadista, não fadista, nasceu fadista.
Today is the last day of the river cruise on Riviera Rose on the Douro River. And I'm kind of sad because this has been an amazing week. So what we've done this week is we sailed from Porto all the way inland through Portugal to the border of Spain. And then we have returned. So we are sailing most of the day today. We're seeing the same sights that we did on day one of sailing, but from a different perspective, because now we've seen the entire Douro River and we're coming back this direction. And I can tell you, the weather is phenomenal the closer you get to the ocean, because you've got this wonderful breeze coming off where it was quite warm inland. But the scenery on this river valley is the most spectacular. I've been on other rivers in Europe before, and to me, this is my favorite as far as scenery goes. It is absolutely stunning. So I love that we have so much time sailing. We're sailing most of the day today. We dock back in Porto late this afternoon, and we have a tour of one of the wine cellars in Vila Nova de Gaia. Very excited for that, and we will spend the night at the docks and then disembark tomorrow. What a wonderful cruise we've had. Now we just get to sit back and enjoy sailing today with these amazing views all around us. We hope you're enjoying this video. If you are, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to our channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos to come. By the way, did you know that I'm also a travel agent? Let me help you book a trip just like this one, or any trip you would like. Just click the link in the pinned comment. It's time for the last tour of the cruise. I'm on the bus. Jason is not. He decided the weather is so beautiful and we've got this wonderful breeze that he's going to stay on the ship, on the top deck, and just luxuriate in it, which I can't blame him. But I'm curious to see the port wine cellars, so I am going to go into Gaia and take the tour of this and bring him back some pictures. So this tour was saved for last for a reason. We have toured the entire Douro River Valley. We've seen where the grapes are grown, where the wine is made, and then it is brought here to Gaia for storage. This is a much cooler region. We're right next to the Atlantic Ocean, so the wine can sit here and age in these warehouses. So we are in a huge wine cellar right on the Douro River, very close to the Atlantic Ocean, and the temperature is fabulous here. So it's going to give the wine a better chance to age without the heat. This is a working cellar. All of these are full of wine.
All these casks.
Amazing. This is one of the biggest in the warehouse.
17,000 liters.
17,000 liters of wine in one barrel. Wow! The floor is made of wooden blocks for rolling the casks. It's very dark in here. I can't see my feet. This cellar is 250 years old, and this used to be a public street. And so you can see behind me, this white wall was a building, and you can see a street sign on it. So as time went on, as this business developed, they had to transform this area into cellars. This is the old hand crank machine used to bottle the wines and to put the corks in. So the city across the river is Porto, which was named for the port wine, but all of the cellars are on this side of the river in Gaia, which is where we are right now. And now that we have toured the cellars, it's time to go taste some port. So we have two varieties for tasting. This is a tawny and this is a ruby. So I learned something interesting, and the color of the port depends on how it is aged, not the grapes themselves, because a port is a mixture of grapes. There can be 3 different grape varieties, 6, 10, 15, whatever. It's however the producers want to make it. But if it is aged to be a tawny, it's going to be in the smaller barrels, and it will have this color. If you want the ruby, the darker color, that's in those big, huge vats.
Very similar, isn't it?
So let's give them both a taste. You always start with the lighter. You start with the tawny. You have to like sweet. And port is very sweet. And it is very strong because it's got that alcohol added to it to stop the fermentation process. These are usually around 20% alcohol. Now for the ruby.
I didn't hear what he was saying.
Definitely a stronger, bolder flavor. Still sweet. The tawny is a bit sweeter than the ruby. They're both very good. So our tasting is part of the tour, but if you want additional glasses, they vary based on the vintage or how old they are. So some of them are as low as €6 and they go up to the rare vintages are €15. That was a very cool experience, especially like seeing everything about the port wine and then seeing where it is stored so it can age and then getting to taste it. We've had port wine this entire experience, and seeing every aspect of it was very, very cool. And coming back here, so this behind me is a Rebello boat. This is a replica of what they used. So before modern transportation, they used these boats to bring the giant casks of wine from the Douro Valley down here to Gaia to go into the warehouses for storage so they could age. And now the original Ribella boats, there are a handful of them still left. They only come out once a year during the regatta, but the replicas are tourist boats. So you can hire one of these, go up and down the Douro River, get the history of the wine, the region, and you get to ride on the replica boat, which is still pretty cool too. I mean, what we're doing is way more immersive than a day trip, but if you're in Porto and only have time for a day trip, there you go. But yeah, it's time to get back on the bus, go back to the ship, and have our final night on board. So right over here along the river, right behind where our buses are picking us up, is a shipyard. And these are like where they're refurbishing the Ribella boats. They're not on the water right now, but they're right here to see. This is a beautiful river. It truly is. And Porto is an amazing city. We've really enjoyed our time here. Well, it is the last night of the cruise, and this is as formal as it gets on the ship. So we are somewhat spiffed up to have our farewell cocktail in the lounge and then dinner tonight.
Lovely Douro River. This is the river where all the nautical crew was born. Our fathers are the fishermen in this river, and our mothers are the mermaids.
I have the beautiful Douro behind me. The sun has set. We've had our last dinner on board. Tonight was a special dinner. It's the captain's dinner. It was a prefixed menu. We had multiple courses, I think 3 appetizers, an entree, and multiple desserts. Everything was absolutely delicious. We had wonderful table mates, so we did not record very much at dinner because we were having such great conversation. Like I said earlier, you make friends on these cruises. It's a small group of people. There's only about 100 people on board, and you really get to know your fellow passengers. And we've made some great friends on board.
Absolutely. One of the best things about what we do in our travels is you meet people from all over, and you make connections from all over. That's what's cool, and those connections are everlasting, and that's the best part of what we do, other than the views and the sceneries and the knowledge that you get from all the traveling. But it's been a great cruise. River cruising is a totally different experience than any ocean cruise. I highly recommend giving it a chance because it's a really neat experience. Different, laid back, but exciting. It's all the things, but great cruise. And I'm just ready to go upstairs because cocktail party is starting and the band's starting, and this is the farewell thing, and everybody's dressed dapper and everything. But hope you guys watched the series. We've had a lot of fun. Come along for the ride.
So leave a comment down below. Let us know, have you ever been on a river cruise before, or is this something that looks interesting to you? I will tell you, I absolutely love river cruising. It's such an intimate experience. You really get to know a country. So we are in Portugal, and we're spending 8 full days in Portugal. We've gotten to know the people, we've gotten to know the food, we've gotten to know the beautiful scenery, the wine. Did I mention the wine? We're in wine country right now, and the wine flows on these cruise ships too. So you're really getting a true Douro River Valley experience.
Can I say something?
Yes. Hold on, Jason's got something.
I have drank more wine on this cruise than I have in my entire life.
Yeah, you're not a wine drinker.
I am officially a wino now. I love the wine. It's tasted so
It's
amazing.
so good.
I've always been a beer person. Anybody who watches this channel knows what I like to drink, but the wine I have tasted has been better than any wine. I am officially, I think, a wino.
Because of the Douro River Valley.
Well, yes, because of the Douro River Valley. I've been educated and schooled, refined.
And appreciate the wine.
And I absolutely appreciate the wine.
And the port. Don't forget about the port. Okay, that's it. We will see you next time. Leave a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. Bye.
Hey guys, if you like this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, as we post videos just like this one weekly of our travel adventures. Everything from cruising to RVing and all-inclusive resorts. And don't forget to check out our existing playlist. So come along with us on all our adventures. And thanks for watching.